Why your ego is not real. The concept of ego, often described as the sense of self or identity, has long held a prominent place in philosophical, psychological, and spiritual discussions. However, upon closer examination, the notion of ego reveals itself to be a construct of the mind, a transient and illusory framework that lacks substantial reality. Here we go into the reasons why the ego is not real, shedding light on the philosophical and psychological insights that challenge its existence and evolving nature. The sense of self is not a fixed entity. It morphs over time, influenced by experiences, relationships, and external circumstances. This fluidity challenges the notion of a concrete, unchanged others perceive us. However, this perception is often colored by biases, societal norms, and personal beliefs. As such, the ego is based on subjective interpretations that may not accurately reflect our true nature. The ego tends to reinforce the illusion of separation, the idea that we are distinct and isolated entities disconnected from the world around us. This sense of separation contradicts the interconnected nature of reality. Beings and phenomena are intricately linked. Attachment and identification with various roles, labels, and possessions. This attachment perpetuates a cycle of desires, fears, and anxieties, trapping us in a constant pursuit of external validation and material accumulation. Mind's fabrication. The ego is a construction of the mind, a mental construct that arises from thought patterns, memories, and conditioning. It is a result of the mind's attempt to create a coherent narrative and identity out of the ever-changing stream of experience. Transcendence through awareness. Spiritual and psychological traditions emphasize the importance of transcending the ego to attain higher levels of consciousness and self-awareness. Practices like mindfulness and meditation help us observe the ego's fluctuations without getting entangled in its illusion. Unity and oneness. Realizing the unreality of the ego opens the door to recognizing our interconnectedness with all of existence. This shift in perspective leads to a profound sense of unity and oneness, where boundaries between self and other begin to dissolve. Embracing impermanence. Understanding the impermanence of the ego allows us to detach from the need for external validation and recognition. Instead, we can find meaning and fulfillment from within, rooted in our intrinsic worth rather than fleeting external markers. Beyond labels and roles. Breaking free from the confines of ego-driven labels and roles liberates us to explore our true potential and authentic self. By letting go of preconceived notions, we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences. A path to inner freedom. Recognizing the illusory nature of the ego offers a path to inner freedom. It allows us to release self-imposed limitations, dissolve the barriers between self and others, and embrace a more expansive and authentic way of being. The notion of ego, though deeply ingrained in human consciousness, is ultimately a construct of the mind, an illusory framework that obscures the deeper truths of existence. By understanding the transient and ever-changing nature of the ego, we can embark on a journey of self-discovery and self-transcendence. As we peel back the layers of ego-driven attachment and identification, we unveil a more profound and authentic sense of self, one that is intricately woven into the fabric of the universe, interconnected with all of life. In embracing the impermanence of ego, we embark on a transformative path toward greater self-awareness, inner freedom, and a deeper connection to the boundless expanse of existence.